What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is week 2 of our high growth portfolio series. As you can probably see from the title, I did add a few new positions, and unfortunately I did have to sell one to be able to pick these up, but we'll go through all that in just a second. You guys can take a second to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you want to follow the growth of the portfolio, just click the notification bell and you'll know when I upload. So let's get started. So we'll start with the account balance. We are at $1,066. We've contributed a total of $1,200 and I plan to add $100 each week. So this coming week I'll add another $100 and possibly start a new position or add to some of our other current positions. Currently the market is very volatile, but this is giving us a good opportunity to start some positions and then build out the positions that we really like. For now we are down, but I do expect this to grow in the long term. First one I did add is Draftkings. We currently have 5 shares, which is making up 14% of the portfolio. So I've always liked Draftkings, so I did want to add this one to the public portfolio. The main concern I have with them is their cash burn. They do a lot of expenses in marketing, so that's probably the biggest risk in investing in Draftkings. Other than that, they're probably one of the biggest sport betting platforms out there, and they did recently announce some NFT news, which is probably the main reason I decided to add this one to the portfolio as well. But I did do a video on that. If you guys want to check that out, I go more in depth with it. But basically they're working with the NFL to create gamified NFTs, so in the long term this could also become a metaverse play, and that can possibly lower some of their risk since they can possibly start bringing in multiple streams of revenue. So the next position I got is GGPI. This one is a SPAC. It's at $11.57. I picked up 15 shares of it and it's currently 16% weight of our portfolio. This one I'm very bullish on. It does have a very high valuation, but they are making revenue, so that does remove some of the risk. And I think getting into this one is still a little bit early. We did have an initial pop up to around $15, but it has retraced down and I thought it was a good starting position, so I picked up some shares. This one could possibly also follow Lucid's SPAC merger run, so that's something that I'm looking forward to. And like I said, they are making revenue, so that's great. And initially I was a little worried because they didn't have much exposure in the US, but I did recently see an ad for Polestar on the CNBC website, and I'll put that on the screen here, but that's showing us that they are trying to start expanding within the US also. I know people have seen some of these cards in California. Hopefully deliveries continue, and that will be great for the exposure in the US market. I did do a video on this one as well, comparing it to Lucid's metrics, and it's actually trading a lot cheaper, so definitely consider watching that video as well. Now that I showed you the positions, now I want to show them how they compare to our overall portfolio. GGPI is making the 16% here and Draftkings is making 14%. So our second and third largest positions, and our largest position is still DCRN, which is going to be merging with Tritium, a charging company, which in my opinion will do very well. Did pick up the warrants and they're surprisingly holding up. I do plan to cut some of this position down, don't worry. I'll probably get it down to about 13 to 15%. I did make a video on that if you guys want to check that out. Genie is a larger position as well, but I might actually even buy more just because it's so cheap right now. Then Fubu and Draftkings, I love those long term, so I probably will add more to this position. Also will add, I'm very happy about this GGPI addition because we were lacking an EV play and infrastructure play, and now we have two. We have the charging company and now we have electric vehicles, which are actually in the market already. And then Joby is 10% of the portfolio. I don't plan to add any more shares in the short term. I could possibly add some early next year. It's just now Ivitos are getting beat down, so I don't see much upside in the short term. But I do want to have this position because I do see them in my portfolio long term. So if you can tell, we are down on most of our positions right now, but this is going to be a long-term portfolio. Most of these companies I think are very solid. So if you ask me, I am not worried at all. This was just a bad time to start the portfolio for the channel. But I think with us adding $100 each week and being able to average down on some of our positions, we should be able to build a nice growth portfolio. As you can see, we no longer have Opendoor. If I'm being completely honest, I regret selling it because it's such a good company and it's holding its value pretty well. It's still around $15. So I do plan to add that one back. It was just about 20% of our portfolio, and I felt that that 20% could be better used for Draftkings and GGPI. Now we do have $100 coming this week, so I could possibly add that one back, or possibly even Genius Sports because they did announce a partnership with the CFL, the Canadian Football League, and that also helps remove some of the risks because I know some of the investors were worried that they're very dependent on the NFL and the NBA. So having a partnership with the CFL is actually very big, and hopefully they can continue to do big things. And I never really got to buy this one on the dip, so it would be really nice to buy this at $7.50. So those are my plans for the current holdings we have. I did also make a new video with positions that I'm watching this week, so check that video out because we do have the $100 and I plan to buy one of those stocks this week. But if you have any suggestions or recommendations for the current positions and any new positions that I should add, please comment down below. So guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you for those that stick to the end. Let me know if I should continue this series by smashing the like button. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.